Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Monster Energy Supercross 4. We're going to be continuing on with our championship, and it's now round 4 for the Triple Crown here in Glendale, Arizona. Main event 1 is now ready to go. We are waiting for the gates to drop and away we go. It's a great start, in fact it's better than that. It is a perfect start. We have the Honda to our right hand side, and then of course the Yamaha dives up in the inside. Justin Barsh is there as well. We're going to try and defend against them and take the whole shot going into turn 1. Beautifully done there for Grant as he takes the whole shot on board the Kawasaki. Barsh is right there. Vince Friese is there as well. I can't remember how to pronounce his name, my apologies. And Adam Cianciarulo is there as well, getting pushed a little bit to the wide. There is Cianciarulo has now taken over at the front. Anderson in second place, Barsha in third place, and Grant got pushed down temporarily down to fourth, but we went very well around the outside there and are now using the tabletop section to our advantage. We are very quick going into that particular section. We'll go wide into the final corner and just begin lap 1, which is effectively, of course, no lap times are given until we go across the timing line, and there it is now. The first lap time will be underway. Brilliant start going around the left hand side, or could have gone for the inside line, but we went round the outside into this deeper part of terrain, and now we'll try and go round the outside of Anderson, but Anderson is defending extremely well. Great job for the number 21 as we get up on the inside. Went for the tighter line there, didn't quite make it, but it was still worth an attempt. So we're going to make a bit of contact there with the Husqvarna, and we'll continue to push forward and try and beat him. But right now, getting into the rhythm, getting used to this particular track. I don't know it very well compared to the ones we've played up so far this season, but I must say this is a good track. It's difficult in its own way. I did struggle in the heat race to try and find the actual particular amount of speed and what jumps I wanted to use, but unfortunately we've got this one. Well, in fact it's actually fortunately, because we have 3 races here today to actually get better and improve, so we might be able to chase down Anderson as this race continues. But a big leap here to try and get into that final bit there, but unfortunately not able to do so as Cooper Webb now takes over in second place. The world champion making himself known to the 250 East world champion Grant, of course. But onto the right hand side we go for the final corner, using all of the bank to try and throw us down into the corner, as that's a big leap. We'll get another big leap here to try and get onto the decline of this corner. Beautifully done there, as the gap was 3 seconds to Jason Anderson. I can't imagine it's going to be there all the way through, but we did make a little bit of a mistake and a big part of a drift going into that corner. Left hand side we go now as the screen is covered in dirt. Look at the size of them globules on there right now. We're going to have to try and wipe that away in a moment's time. But onto the left hand side we'll go for this Kawasaki. Left foot onto the floor, just to guide us in, just to help us balance the motorcycle round the corners. We make a bit of a hash of that particular jump, but we'll get back into it, no problemo. Left hand side we go now. Cooper Webb has taken over into second place. The world champion, of course, the number 1, proudly with on his back there, the number 1. I don't know whether in the video game you can actually have the number 1, since Cooper Webb has already got the number 1. But now we dive up into the final couple of corners. We'll have the big leap here in a moment's time. This is the part of the track where I really tend to struggle with. I can't seem to find the rhythm that is required to make these right jumps. And of course we made this one correctly, but Cooper Webb has got a couple of seconds advantage already. Into the tabletop section we are super quick, and we have been all season long. Even in the 250 East we were very quickly going into those particular parts of the track. The tabletop section certainly seemed to be Grant's forte in Monster Energy Supercross 4. Right hand side we go now for the right hander for the whip, as we're now going to the left hand side into the very bogged down section. It's very difficult to maintain the concentration and the smooth riding going into that particular part, because the tyres get really bogged down and you can't seem to move, as we'll try and make a nice tight lunge going up the inside of Cooper Webb. But by doing so we actually lost a bit of time, so perhaps isn't wise to go for that again. A little bit out of shape there, getting closer and closer to the barriers on the right hand side, as Adam Cianciarulo is behind us, and it's making me a little bit nervous, I won't lie, because of course rivalry is very much intact. The 2 laps have now been initiated as Cianciarulo got ahead of us, but we'll try and fight back going into the left-handers. A couple of double jumps here. We're going to go for a triple there. Beautifully done. And then the double, perhaps into a triple, and then to the left-hand side we go. We have to get this part right, and we've kind of missed it. We're going to land on top of the Honda sign, or the Toyota sign. I'm going to try and battle our way through to try and make sure we get back ahead of Adam Cianciarulo. But Cianciarulo is there once again, defending very well and attacking in every instance. Great job for the number 9, our KRT teammate, the Monster Energy Kawasaki Racing team, of course, as we now go on to the right-hand side. Might go for a tighter line as we tried the tighter line, but Adam Ciancerulo, the rival, the teammate, certainly made his presence known going into the right-hand side there. Beautifully executed move from Adam Ciancerulo. Now we can go to the right or the left, or we can go over him, but we landed onto his shoulder there, a bit like what Ivo Menticelli did to Jeffrey Hurlings just a couple of weeks ago. But right now, we're not battling in MXGP, we're doing Monster Energy Supercross, and we are battling a fierce battle with teammate Ciancerulo. He is right there though, AC, but we're going to try and defend against him as much as we can on this final lap. There will be no more laps after this one, so we have to maintain our 3rd position if we want any chance of winning the Triple Crown. But Ciancerulo dives back ahead again. Beautifully done there for the KRT. We'll try and get back up the inside of the Monster Energy rider. We certainly manage it. Can we defend again going into this next section? I do like this section. That was a really nice scrub there. It helped us get the additional speed going into the jumper. Ciancerulo is still very much there, and he might be able to dethrone us from this podium position. We're going to do everything we can, but Ciancerulo has already made it through, and he is beginning to check out for 3rd position. Now we have another riders getting ahead of us. It's Weeks. Barsh is there as well. Going around the outside of Weeks. We'll try and get to Adam Ciancerulo, but I think he's got the business done as he made that crucial overtake in the prime position to make it done. So Cooper Webb will finish in 2nd. Jason Anderson wins. And of course, Adam Ciancerulo with 3rd with Grant in 4th. So a quick look at the race result for main event 1. Anderson, Webb, Ciancerulo was on the podium, and Grant and Barsha with Weeks just missing out. Main event 2 is now upon us. We're going to be waiting for the grids to drop, and away we will go. Brilliant start there. Not as good as I would have wanted. It's still a good start, but Anderson and Cooper Webb, the podium finishers from race 1, have just decided to get ahead of us, but Grant again manages to somehow take the whole shot. We have been superb this season with taking the whole shot, so we now need to do what we just did there, but maintain that lead for the rest of the race. Of course, this is a very, very short main event with only 3.5 minutes till the final 2 laps. So, of course, 3 minutes, 2 laps to go. We should be absolutely fine. What a massive jump that was, but Blake Baggett has now taken over at the front. Vince Friese and Gardner's there. They're battling out behind us, so we touch the inside there. I'm just touching the little barriers, the sort of sandbags, I believe they are, the advertisements boards, as we now go into the right-hand side, using the berm, using that banked curve to get ourselves in. Nice big jump there to land us into the part where we need to be, and then into the decline of that sort of 90 degree to sort of 70 degree corner, if you can get it right. Of course, into the bogged part area, really difficult. You're probably better off going to the wider line opposed to going for that inside line, because it seems to get really bogged down there, and it's very, very difficult to maintain any speed or any movement when going into that corner. So now we're into the lead, and it seems that things have calmed down a little bit. Now would be a great time to subscribe and hit that like button if you're enjoying the video. So do that if you want to, and we'll continue with the race. I'm sure if you'll have a little scroll down there, you'll see it, and then you'll be able to scroll back up in quick fashion. Almost as quick as Blake Baggett and Vince Friese are chasing me down actually right now. So perhaps now, if you haven't done it, do it in a bit, because you never know what's going to happen in Monster Energy Supercross 4. Nice big jump there for the second part at the end there, the double jump. So now really wrenching their weight into the back of the bike, putting the suspension into the rear wheel to get the massive lift to make into the jump. That was extremely high as Blake Baggett now takes over the front, so we just bump one of the advertisement boards. Once again, the Dunlop sign getting chucked into the bin as big Kawasaki decided to jump across it. KTM to the left of us here. We're going to try and dive at the inside into a wonderfully tight corner there. Really, really tight apex, but that did compromise our speed coming on the exit. The right-hand jump nailed pretty well. We very much followed the same track that Blake Baggett did. A little bit of contact there with Vince Friese. I think Vince Friese went down. I had a quick look behind me to see where he was, but my apologies if we caused a crash down to Vince. But we do have Anderson and Blake Baggett now behind us with second and third position. Of course, Anderson was very, very quick into main event 1. We want to be making sure that we stay ahead of him and don't give him a prayer of trying to get to the front and breaking away. Of course, that is what we're trying to do now, but it's difficult to sort of try and understand this particular track at the minute. But Blake Baggett is now taken over at the front temporarily. He's still there for now as we get onto the left-hand side. Big leap ahead of him. Wow, the bike went sideways with just the advertisement sign, almost bumping into the Oakley sign as well. And of course, now we are into second position, and this is the worst part of the track for me, so I'm a little bit concerned that we might miss out into the top positions. A little bit of a jump there as Vince Friese absolutely flew past us there as I'm just trying to make sure we can navigate that corner for that big jump. but now with 50 seconds remaining, Vince Friese has taken over second position. So it's Blake, Baggett, Friese, Grant, Anderson and Davalos for your top 5 currently right now. And as I said that, Cooper Webb decided to change things up and he's now gone into 5th position. Adam Cianciarulo, of course our rival and teammate, is down in 11th place, so we won't be seeing him or seeing much of him in this particular race. So onto the left hand side we go, and disaster has struck. The controller has died. The controller's been reconnected, and now we are back onto it, but we did lose a significant amount of time for the DualShock 4 deciding to make a little bit of a nap during the race. It's decided to kiff it, and we've decided now to get another controller and start hunting down Vince Friese. And since we've done that, we had some really good jumps there, but now unfortunately the mistakes have come in. Really knocked my confidence for 6 there, and unfortunately we'll not be maintaining second position or even get anywhere close to the victory. Jason Anderson has now taken over 3rd place, so now it's back to the drawing board as we get pushed off the track and into the marshals. Oh my goodness, things have really heated up now in this Monster Energy Supercross race, as Davalos is ahead of us, Anderson took over in 3rd place, Bloss is behind us. This is just getting ridiculous. It's getting rather busy with even Gardner there as well. Of course, if you followed my MotoGP videos of the career mode, you'll better believe that we've been fighting a lot with Remy Gardner, and now we're fighting with another Gardner here today in Monster Energy Supercross. Unbelievable, I can't escape him. I can't escape the family, let's say. Now, there's no more pressure than being told we're in 5th position, and this is the final lap. We have to do better than this. Anderson, of course, into 3rd position as Davalos is in 4th. And we're going to try and go around the outside. That's a big leap to try and get on the left-hand side. Controller died here the last time round. At least we're not going to be doing that this time. But can we go around the outside of Jason Anderson? This will be a wonderful move on the Husqvarna if we can get it done. And you better believe we just managed it. Awesome job there from the young man from Warrington, England. But onto the left-hand side we go. Nice big leap, touching the top of that berm, touching the top of that one, and now we're into a nice position. There you go. The rhythm is coming in now. Can we defend? We're getting shoved all the time from Anderson and Davalos. We are defending with absolutely everything. The bit is between our teeth, defending as much as we can against the Husqvarnas, trying to do everything impossible to try and just get away from these guys, because of course this next section, you've seen the video so far, you know how tough of a time we had in main event 1. I don't really fancy getting pursued in this particular part, but you better believe it's going to happen now. There is the attack coming in from Davalos, coming in from Anderson. Oh, the timing screen didn't update very much, but you better believe we're still in 5th place. Can we go around the outside of Anderson? He's sort of holding us up into the corner, the Husqvarna is. We'll try and dive over the inside into the final corner, but you better... Oh, over the inside of Davalos as well? Not quite. Davalos pinches the podium right at the death. So a quick recap, Blake Baggett wins on the KTM, Vince Friese 2nd on board the Honda, and Martin Davalos 3rd place on board the KTM. Grant and Anderson just missing out. Main event 3 of 3 is now upon us, and I hope you've not had enough yet, because we're about to get a good start off the line. It is another perfect start. 4 minutes are remaining already and 2 more laps, so we have to do the business once again. And you know what? Let's take the whole shot. Let's start from the best place possible and begin to work our magic. And of course, I think we always take the whole shot. It's just something we are really good at. But the actual maintaining under the pressure... Oh, there's a massive crash ahead of us. Was that Martin Davalos, after a wonderful podium in main event 2, has gone down already to start this one off? It might be Davalos, because I don't see him anymore. He's saying he's in 6th position, but I didn't quite get a view on who it was. Jason Anderson is ahead of us, so it wasn't him on board the Husqvarna. It might have been the KTM of Davalos, which is an absolute devastating result, considering he was so good in race 2, or main event 2, let's say. Now, big jump into the next part of the track. We'll try and get ahead of Jason Anderson. Of course, Jason Anderson very close on the main event standings right now in the sense of the Triple Crown. But we try... Oh, a little bit of combat between Vince Friese. The carnage almost occurred as contact and combat was made between Vince Friese and Matt Graham. Onto the right side we go. Oh, very aggressive move up the inside of Friese. The Honda was held up, but the Honda is now fighting back against the KRT as we make another big couple of jumps. Got myself into a bit of a predicament now, because that isn't exactly where we wanted to be, but we're still in a decent situation nonetheless. Onto the left hand side we have lost a couple of positions already in just as we lost probably maybe 3 positions in about as many corners or many jumps, which is a little bit concerning, let's say. Now following the jumps once again, a double, a triple, a single, different styles of jumps all the way through. Our concentration and our sort of rhythm doesn't seem to be there today. We are missing something. This Glendale track is proving to be quite difficult for the man on board the Kawasaki right now. The man with the red plate, of course, which I do believe he will still hold on to the red plate no matter what happens at the end of this one. But Adam Ciancerulo has somehow found a way. There is Davalos as we dive from the inside, a Brayton as well, and now we're on the left hand side, fairing to fairing, handlebars to handlebars, side by side, and away we will go, trying to get away from everyone else. I can't even see the names on the timing screen because it's going so fast. But Justin Bosch is down there in 21st, so damn devastating. Oh, as we make a crash, our first crash today, we've gone down here in main event 3. That is an absolute disaster for the sense of winning the Triple Crown. I think that is our chances scuppered. I don't think we'll be able to get another better opportunity to win the Triple Crown now, because of course it all goes down on a point system and we won't be able to get into the points, so the high enough of the points to make sure we got the I guess it's it's sort of a different way in Monster Energy Supercross. It's the minimum amount of points. This one is a massive crash there. Who went down? Was that Davalos again? Was that another awful crash for Davalos? That is awful. Martin being pushed down once again as if he made a mistake. We've seen a couple of crashes into that corner already, but alongside Adam Ciancerulo, no quarter given between these two teammates. Eli Tomac, of course, is part of the teammate battle, but right now it wasn't Davalos then, because Davalos is still there. Not even sure it was, but Plessinger has just given us a big old bump on the rear as we dive up at the top of the Fox sign there, the Fly sign, as we now get alongside Aaron Plessinger. Can we get ahead of him going into the left-hander for the berm? We certainly can. Oh, a little bit eager on the acceleration, a big part of a drift there, which almost sent us, quite frankly, adrift. Now, I'm not sure if you want to say that was a good pun or not, not a good pun, but I quite liked it. It's a massive mistake. Oh, and Grant's gone down. He's plummeted down the timing screens. He's now down to 12th place after crossing the line in about 5th or 6th. What a terrible, terrible result so far for Grant on board that KRT. It's gone absolutely haywire. Heck to a handbasket, let's say, as we're now trying to regain our footing in this one. We were on the back foot temporarily as we try and dive over the inside of Adam Ciancerulo. That was fantastically done for the man on board the Kawasaki, but of course the other Kawasaki responded extremely well. And there is Chad Reed ahead of us, the Chad, of course. We're all Chads when we're involved in Monster Energy Supercross, but we're getting bumped from behind from Bogle, I think it is, and Dean Wilson just a little bit further behind him. But right now we have to finish ahead of Adam Ciancerulo. I just can't stand the thought of the rival getting ahead of us. We want to take top honours for this team. Of course, we are still the man with the red plate, but I want to make sure that Adam Ciancerulo has no chance of dethroning us, or at least forcing us to relinquish the championship lead at any single point. Now following the same jumps that they're doing, but we still can't get the same amount of rhythm going into that particular rhythm section and then into the big leap. Just can't seem to get it done. We are struggling a little bit on board this Kawasaki. Of course, the Kawasaki itself has been absolutely brilliant, and we've had some wicked results already this season. We were quite dominant to start it off, but it looks like things have begun to sort of even themselves out, started to balance out. There's a couple of riders that are now showing their true potential. We've made a big mistake there. Yes, the game says, excuse me, young man, but you can't cut the corner by that much. And of course now Eli Tomac has got ahead of us, so therefore we are further down the order. We are now the third out of the 3 teammates. We're now into second, if you will, against Eli Tomac, but of course our main teammate and rival, Adam Ciancerulo, is a little bit further up the road, and he looks like he'll be taking position upon position upon position. We need to be doing the same to try and chase him down and make sure we can beat him in this rivalry. At the end of each race, you're awarded points and the rival is standing. As we know, we made another crash. We have now gone down right ahead of Dean Wilson and Eli Tomac, and we are now down to 17th position, now 18th position, as Zach Osborne is in 20th. We don't want to be going any further than this. This has been a shocking, shocking race 3. Main event 3 has certainly not shined upon us in this one. We're going to have to just try and take a few minimal amount of points, but I guess any points is better than none, so I guess look at the positive in every negative. But right now, this is not looking too good for us. Difficult situation for the red plate leader right now, but we'll try and go around the outside of Gardner. We'll try and get around the outside of Weeks, perhaps, but at this point of the race, it's pretty much curtains. The winner has already been decided, the podium has been finished, and we're trying to dive on the inside to at least claim 15th. It's nothing to really shout home about, but 15th is better than last. So the end of main event 3, the results are in. Cooper Webb wins from Blake Baggett and Jason Anderson in 3rd place. Martin Davalos, who had a difficult race, somehow still managed to finish in 4th place. A look at the actual session results for the main event Triple Crown. Anderson wins with a total of 9. Cooper Webb trailed with 8 with 17, and Martin Davalos finished with a 19. And look at that. Justin Brayton, Adam Cianciarulo and Matt Grant all finished joint on 23rd place, but ultimately Adam Cianciarulo took the higher position out of the two of us, therefore he wins the rivalry. So a look at the championship results so far. Grant leads by 20 points ahead of Adam Cianciarulo, is on 75, Vince Freesty with 71 points, and Cooper Webb just trailing a 10 point further down in 4th place with 61 points for the world champion. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.